Hello and welcome into the Lone Star Varsity Postgame show. I'm Mike Graham, joined tonight by Carlos Silva. Brian Navarrete is still on his way back home from the Palo Duro Plainview game, and I guess that's the best place to start. We're at the end of week 5, and Palo Duro and Plainview opened up District 3-5A action today, and Palo Duro gets its first win of the season, 30-23, heartbreaker for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, certainly, but you kind of think with the way they were running the ball with Carson Hawk, you kind of thought they had a chance, and they certainly did in that game, but I know you and Brian were talking a little bit about how Palo Duro had some really good offensive weapons, and certainly they did. He was a little bit small, as Brian said in his story, but you can read it all, of course, in the Lubbock Avalanche-Journal and Saturday's newspaper. But I guess from your perspective, what were you kind of looking for in that one?
Well, I think that I thought that Plainview would be favored in this game and feeling pretty good after their win. You know, that win got them to 1-2, and in this game they were going up against a team that they had beaten last year. And getting wins in 3-5A is very important. It's a heavily trafficked district. You've got you know, from last year, the second, third, and fourth place teams all finished with 5-2 records. So I think that this game that Plainview really wanted to win, but Jose Perez had other plans. 29-yard touchdown pass from Dontre de Great to win. Palo Duro scored the final 14 points of this game, and all of them came in the final 5:07. And then Plainview, they drive down the field in the final minute or so. They draw a pass interference penalty and get one heave-ho from the 35-yard line. Unfortunately, that went out of the back of the end zone, and the Bulldogs dropped down to 0-1 in really deep and competitive 3-5A.
Absolutely, and like I said, Carson Hawk, a very good quarterback. I know they've got Andrew Villa as well at the running back position. Certainly a very good team that could maybe surprise in district. I know it's a team where you look at what they run. It's a very run-based option, triple option, if I'm not mistaken, from what I remember. And when you milk the clock and you're able to play good defense, that puts you in a good position to win. And certainly they were in a good position to win here.
Exactly right.
It's just they gave up those 14 points.
That's exactly right, and that's what the game came down to. But Plainview, they've still got some good weapons. I wouldn't be surprised to see them turn around. But losing to Palo Duro is a tough way to start. A second district game was in action tonight, and that was Lubbock Christian versus Trinity Christian.
You were at that one?
Yeah, this is a TAPS Division III District 1 game. It was a solid game. Really, I think the weather came into effect. We had a downpour. I know you had a downpour at your Lubbock Sweetwater game too.
Well, I don't know if you would call it a downpour, and it was Lubbock High and shallow water, pardon me.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah, no, the water at the end, it always gets you, but
right.
Shallow water in Lubbock High. It was a little bit of a small little sprinkle. Of course, I was inside the comfy press box, so obviously I couldn't tell that much, but there was a little bit of rain, were a couple of fumbles, but getting back to your game with Lubbock Christian, a very high-powered offense, but they like to throw the ball, so did they have to run it in this game?
That's right. Trinity Christian tried 8 runners, and no one went above 50 yards in the first half. And when Lubbock Christian has Hunter Pinheiro on the other way, running the other way, you know, Hunter had 2 touchdowns at halftime. They had a 21-3 lead. They blocked 2 first-half punts, and that was all she wrote with a 21-3 advantage at halftime. Lubbock Christian was just able to extend that 31-17. Trinity Christian had some good throws, but they were really relying on the big play. A little heavier rain in West Lubbock, but that stopped in the second half, and Trinity Christian kind of found the rhythm offensively, but just too little too late.
So I guess from watching them finally for the first time, I know I watched them a couple of times last year, what really impressed me was just the way that they passed. Obviously last year they had K.A. Green, who was kind of really their offensive weapon this time around.
For Lubbock Christian?
Yes.
Yeah, Hunter Pinheiro.
Yeah.
I mean, 122 yards on 25 carries. Alex Timmons, the new quarterback, had a great game as well. He scored a touchdown on a 3-yard dive at halftime at the 0-0 mark at the second quarter, and then comes out second play of the second half, runs a 69-yard draw for a touchdown.
Yeah,
so that got them up to 28-3, and that's kind of where they started to vary Trinity Christian.
So certainly a lot of big players there, but Trinity Christian, a team that you were very high on earlier this week. Daniel Wheeler is a very good playmaker for them. What did you see out of him?
No doubt, 129 yards on 4 catches, what I saw from him. They threw up the ball a lot, and a lot of them were jump balls, and Daniel was able to come down with one. Of course, he scored a 76-yard touchdown in this game, his lone score, but kind of deceiving because there was a Lubbock Christian man there who deflected the ball and popped it up.
Yeah.
And he was able to adjust to it and caught it. Kind of shades of the Auburn-Georgia play a couple of years ago.
Players make plays, right?
That's right.
And certainly Daniel Wheeler is one, but I guess, was there anything you were expecting from that one? Because I know we obviously have some other games we're going to talk about. Of course, the one I was at, Lubbock High, Shallow Water, Estacado. traveled to San Angelo Lakeview. That got a big win for the old Matadors, but anything that you really wanted to see that you kind of, I guess maybe kind of got a little bit of an idea of Lubbock Christian or Trinity Christian?
Well, the only thing I wanted to add is both teams are going to the Metroplex next week. So there's a whole new challenge awaiting both teams. They're only going to be about 15 miles away from each other, more than 300 miles away from Lubbock. So it'll be interesting. I expect both teams to bounce back. These two teams made the playoffs last year. They're probably two of the top three in the district this year. I think them and Munster Sacred Heart are the teams to beat in the league.
Well, speaking of some top district teams, pardon me, Shallow-Water was visiting Lubbock High. Cutter Sparks was a guy I was very high on last year. Brody Hendrick, another guy running back. Braxton Corrado, another guy. And then a new guy that kind of came in with head coach Brian Wood. Kobe Wood, the wide receiver, was very impressive in the first game I covered against Idalou. I know we have a question here from Harless Thomas, who's wondering our thoughts on the Lubbock High game. I know you kind of just saw the score. I kind of watched it. The one thing I can take away from Lubbock High is Isaiah Johnson is a very, very good running back. He had 40 carries for about 176 yards today. I mean, he was a workhorse. It was a run-the-ball type game. The passing could not get going just because there was just, like I said, it wasn't a huge rain, but it was just enough to kind of keep the ball slippery. I believe Lubbock High had about 3 fumbles. They lost 1, but the important factor was right when Shallow-Water scored their first touchdown. Lubbock High had a 16-play drive. It lasted about 8 minutes. I mean, it's just something you don't see that often. So Lubbock High was very, very efficient with their offensive drive. And then, unfortunately, Kwame Wilburn threw an interception to Tyler Williams. They kind of turned around, got a 14-0 lead, and then from there, it really kind of, the cosmetic score just kind of shows the old 42 and then 21. But Lubbock High was in this game throughout. Certainly a very impressive performance from the Westerners, and I know you've seen them a couple times, and they're just as good.
Well, my takeaway is that a 3A Division I team beat a 5A Division I. I expected Lubbock High to have the depth advantage.
Yeah.
In this game, I guess I want to know what happened between the defensive front of Shallow-Water and the offensive line of Lubbock High. Obviously, Lubbock High came in this game with some injury problems on their line, and then maybe vice versa. What happened with Lubbock High's front with Shallow-Water's
Well, it's interesting. One of the two running backs from Shallow-Water, one being Braxton Corrado. Hold on, give me a second. Brody Hendrick. He had 222 yards, 3 touchdowns, and then their other wide receiver, running back, I can't remember his name right now, but they both combined for 325 yards and 5 touchdowns. And both of them, I was kind of talking to one of them, and they said, well, the one thing that we were game planning on was just getting to the edge, and they certainly showed their speed, and that's really where you kind of saw the pulling guards in terms of what you're asking the offensive line. They went to the side, able to get those edges, and that's kind of what Isaiah Johnson did a little bit too. They were kind of moving him to the side, but most of his yards were going up the middle. And Andrew Dautre, a fullback, he got a couple yards there. He also had another couple running backs get the runs up the middle, and I think that's what you really saw was just kind of defensive line against offensive line throughout, and it really was a smash-mouth type of game.
That's some potentially terrifying news for Shallow-Water's Kobe Wood. Brian Lewis, the coach's kid. He went down. They put an air cast on him.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not as bad as it initially looked, but what did you learn about Kobe after that game ended?
Well, of course, everyone kind of knows Kobe Wood from his great performance on Fox Sports Southwest earlier on in the first game. Of course, that was the Texas high school football days, played against Idalou. Had a very good game with Cutter Sparks, who had a perfect game. I believe he was 9 for 9 in that game, but went for an interception, got the interception, but I don't know how he fell, but he fell awkwardly. Looked like he hurt the lower part of his leg. Like I said, I don't want to kind of put words in anyone's mouth, but when I spoke to Brian Wood afterward, I asked him how he felt or what the update was. Basically, he said it's a left leg injury. We're going to check it out tomorrow with the doctor, but it doesn't look good. So certainly a huge playmaker that Shallow-Water may potentially lose, but they've got a lot of other guys. Like I said, Cutter Sparks was a huge guy. Tyler Williams, who had the interception that really kind of got it going for them, and then of course Brody Hendrick at the running back position as well.
Really well-rounded Shallow-Water football team. That we're 4-0
for the first time since 2014. So who knows? Maybe the Mustangs are back.
In 2014, they went to the state semifinals.
They sure did.
So, I guess the most exciting game of the night was down in Woodrow, and that was Lubbock Cooper prevailing over Clovis, New Mexico, 35-28. But it was a pretty terrifying game for Pirates fans. They were down 21-7 at halftime to Clovis, New Mexico.
All because of those 2 turnovers, and that's what Matt Catwinkle always talks about, being very fundamentally sound, make sure you take care of the football. They weren't able to do that, but they found the resiliency, as Phil Torino, our freelancer, put in the story, that they were able to get some adversity, pushed through it, and they were able to get that 35-28 victory in double overtime, pardon me.
Yeah, tenacious defense, and saw some changes with the offenses. Brandon Mel got all the passing duties tonight. They've been alternating between Mel and Cole Carter, and ironically in this game, it's a 15-yard pass that Cole Carter caught from Mel. Quarterback to quarterback for the win. And then I think Cooper had the ball at first in second overtime, and then forced a turnover on downs for the victory. So tenacious D learned a little bit more about their quarterback situation, and now the Pirates will get an off week and head into District 4-5A action.
Yeah, very, very difficult 4-5A, which includes Lubbock High, who we just spoke about. Of course, you got Coronado. Of course, you've got everyone else in there, Abilene Cooper. I mean, it's Lubbock Monterey. I mean, there are just so many teams in there that there's so much parity in District 4-5A. It's going to be a fun race to watch, certainly, but I think when you consider the fact that you come off with the victory and you're going into District with that victory, that has to put you in a good spot.
Yeah, Cooper's been playing tight games all around, and I don't know what to make of that because they don't look like some of the other teams in this district. Lean on their defense. You have Coronado and Monterey, and perhaps Abilene Cooper that lean heavily on their offenses. And this is a defensive team. I think they match up well heading into this thing.
Certainly, but we'll definitely find out. But I guess, were there any other games that you wanted to kind of look at? Because I know we just kind of looking at some of the scores. Estacado traveled to San Angelo Lakeview. That was a score, when I saw the halftime deal, 63-0. So certainly there was a lot of offense scored. The defense gets its second straight shutout as they went on to win. I believe it was 83-0 in that one. Bo Sims, their quarterback, I know had a very, very good play. As we look at the highlights on some of these right here, I believe he had a little spin move. I know it's after the running back play, but certainly it's a team that has so many athletes. I mean, we've profiled Seth Porter. Unfortunately, he tore his ACL in the first play against Hereford, but then you got Kamajik Williams, Jeremiah Dobbins, two running backs. Bo Sims, who I just mentioned, their quarterback, and then of course you got Donald Young and Jalen Turner as well. Just so many playmakers there.
Right. And my biggest takeaway from this game is that they had to get on a bus that goes, 65 miles per hour with the governor, drive 188 miles one way to San Angelo. That's true, and that's nice. And came out with so much energy. The game was over after a quarter and a half. And here's some interesting stats on Estacado. They've beaten their past two opponents, which were 5A opponents, Lubbock High and San Angelo Lakeview, 134-0. Now, extend that back a further week, they played Dumas, which is another 5A program from Plainview's District 3-5A. Estacado has won its past three games by a combined score of 165-10.
And it's interesting that you mentioned Dumas because I know talking to the defensive coordinator Joe Cooley a couple of weeks ago, that was one that they really wanted to get at least a couple scores because they were shut out when they went there last year. So that was certainly one that they wanted to not necessarily circle on there, but they wanted to make a statement, and they certainly did with that victory. And I think just very, very good deal for the Matadors. I know that one loss kind of stings a little bit to Hereford, but certainly they've turned things around since then.
Absolutely, and I guess now we'll just we'll shut this thing down by going through a couple of other scores. And while you get those teed up, just want to remind everyone that Brian and I will be on Lone Star Varsity tomorrow, LoneStarVarsity.com tomorrow with our podcast. We're going to get a little bit of sleep and just expand on these games, plus some of the games we're going to read out here. We've got our gamers on LoneStarVarsity.com, so we'll hope you'll check that out before going to bed tonight.
Absolutely, and I'm just going to kind of go through them. Like you said, if you have any thoughts on them, feel free. All Saints Episcopal 48, Kingdom Prep 0. That's a first-year program, so I know you and Brian were talking about that, so certainly a big deal there. Luke Stewart threw for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns, a guy that everyone knows as a basketball player, now he's a football player. Seminole with a 30-13 victory against Monahans. That's huge because Seminole, it was just Seminole Monahans last year. I'm sure a lot of people remember that district where Seminole was the 4th place team from the district, made a huge run, their biggest in program history. It all started with Monahans, and certainly this is some very, very good deals here for Seminole.
Always good to start district play 1-0.
Absolutely. Motley County 62 to Chillicothe. I apologize if I said that incorrectly. 62-0. Motley County gets that victory. New Deal 38, Tulia 0. The Lions, of course, scoring like always.
Nehemiah Martinez, 205 yards in that game.
Yep, he's a huge player. Along with, I know last year we had Jackson Durham and Mark Adams, but Nehemiah Martinez has really stepped up for them. Meadow 72, Sands 28 in 6-man action to keep it there. We got Ropes 34, Ira 18, Anton 58, Southland 12. Muleshoe 33, Idalou 3. I think
big win.
The Mules finally got that first victory. finally got the offense back on track. I know that's what we were worried about with Luke Del Toro at quarterback. We were wondering if that would happen. Certainly, it looks like they did.
Yeah, Luke Del Toro is a good quarterback, and that's a good win. Idalou, I thought would give him a tougher test. They're so tough. Idalou is never short on athletes, and I think just eyeballing them, seeing Idalou against Post, visiting Muleshoe in the summer, that Idalou was bigger than them, he could be more physical than them. That was not the case tonight.
No, certainly when you look at Michael Lozano rushing for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, that certainly shows that you were the aggressor in this one against an Idalou team that's known for running the football with Mark Caballero and All-State mentioned from last year. New home 56, O'Donnell 39, 6-man action. Grand Falls Royalty 51, Whiteface 36. The Jayden Jaybirds 72-34 winners over Whitherall. Abernathy stays undefeated by beating Memphis. Now, the only reason I kind of want to mention this one was this is where everyone was wondering what's wrong with Abernathy last year. They had a freshman quarterback in Bryson Daly. They got a huge upset victory against Memphis, and then they rattled off 7 victories. And then, of course, everyone knows the final story from there. But certainly a huge win there for the Antelopes, and Cole Carlisle was able to help them in terms of winning that victory. So,
and Daly with 2 touchdowns on the ground. What's new?
Bryson Daly always doing work. But speaking of a guy that always does work on the ground, Tim Childers helped Crosbyton win 46-13 over Smyre at his usual 243 yards and 6 touchdowns in that victory.
Yeah, that's a pretty average night for him. He's past the 1,200 rushing yard mark for the season.
I know we joke about it, but sundown, I'm kind of drinking the Kool-Aid on the old Roughnecks. 42-14 winners over Tahoka. Christian Huey, he's a guy that is a very good baseball player, but he is really good at the quarterback position. Rushed for 3 touchdowns and passed for 3 more.
Well, you've seen him, and that's a tough district there, and obviously in Abernathy and New Deal's district, Pale Centers in that district, I believe they're all still unbeaten. Do you think they have the talent to contend with those top 3 teams?
I certainly think they do, and if anything, I don't even know if it's the talent. Their defense was just stingy last year. I mean, if I remember correctly, they held New Deal to, I think, season lows in terms of scoring points. Now, again, I'm kind of going off this terrible memory of mine, but they were very, very good, and that's a district that's going to be another fun one with New Deal. You've got Abernathy, Sundown, and kind of everyone else there. That's going to be a huge one there. And then just to kind of go to some of the other questions here. Are you guys shocked the friendship season has started off the way it has, according to Harless Thomas? I mean, first-year coach, new system, and then not only that, but then you lose a potential Division I caliber running back in Garrison Johnson.
Yeah.
It's kind of a lot to kind of go against it for a first-year head coach in Jay Northcutt.
Yeah, these scores are surprising me, but I would not expect them to be winless at this point in the season. Yep. But it is what it is. It is what it is right now, and hopefully another off season under Coach Northcutt, they'll get that offensive system figured out. Just not working out right now, but there's a long way to go. It's a very tough district,
absolutely.
But there's still 5 games to go in that league.
Correct. The only thing is you got San Angelo, Lakeview, Odessa High could be a potential win there, and then of course you got some other big teams in Midland High in there as well. So.
And Midland Lee, another unbeaten team, at least heading into tonight. It's a scary road for friendship, but that's the road that they're going to have to travel to make the playoffs.
That's how you find out how good you are, and certainly Jay Northcutt will there. So we're going to go through a couple more, and then we'll kind of call this a night, and you can kind of let everyone know about the podcast and everything. Stratford 49, Littlefield 18. Right after they got their first victory, unfortunately, the Wildcats kind of dropped another one. Holton 49, Lockney 12. Rawls 36, Clot 34. A very close one there, and the old Jackrabbits kind of stepping up there and getting the victory. Plains 17, Sudan 16, another close one there as the Plains Cowboys get a victory. And then the last one, Hale Center, Bovina 29-21. The old Owls win.
That's a good win. Bovina was a very, very good team last year, an area-round team.
Absolutely. Not only that, but then Brandon Castillo, a quarterback that you guys have talked about, 210 yards and a touchdown, and added 43 yards and another score on the ground. So a lot of good decisions here, and then of course a lot of good results. Of course, as everyone knows, half the teams win, half the teams lose, but very, very good results for some of the teams, especially like you said, Lubbock Cooper kind of found out a little bit about themselves. I think Lubbock High and Shallowater figured out a little bit about themselves. They finally figured out, hey, we're good running teams as well. Shallowater was more at least throwing the ball, but now they found out they can run the ball. And I think that was the most important thing, at least from my perspective.
I think so too, and don't forget Lubbock Christian with their win against Trinity Christian.
Oh, absolutely, you were there.
And that's going to do it for us. Just once again, our recap articles are on LoneStarVarsity.com right now. I'll be back with Brian tomorrow. We'll expand a little bit on these games with our Lone Star Varsity podcast. Just want to thank the University Medical Center for making this show possible. I want to thank HA Media for running it for us. And for Carlos, I'm Mike. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.